Hello everybody, welcome back to programminginpython.com. Here in this video, I am going to discuss you an important data structure in Python which is called as list. This is one of the most important data structure in Python and most commonly used data structure. There are similar other data types, but this is the most popular one. So here in this video, I am going to show you all the list operations like add, append, modify, remove, slice the elements from the list. So we'll go all that, adding an element to the list, appending an element to the list, modifying the elements in the list. You can also remove an element from the list and also slice them and display them in the list. So let's get started. So first list is defined by this one with two square brackets. That's how we define a list. That's it. That is a pretty simple list. Now we'll just simply print this just for our sake. We'll print the list. So let's run this file. As you can see, there is nothing in the list. You can see here empty list is got printed. So now we'll add some items to the list. It's called Mary, and elements in the list can be added by using either single quotations or double quotations as you wish, like this, separated by a comma. So we will add some elements to the list like Mary. Now we'll print this list and see. As you can see, all these elements got printed: Mary, Susan, Bob and Ria. So this is our basic list and we print out this list. That is pretty simple. Now we will find the length of the list. Length of the list can be easily found by using this predefined function called len, which just finds the length of the list, and we will just add a message to it for our sake. Length of the list. If you see this, and now if we run the program again, you can see the length of the list is 4. There are 4 elements called Mary. The 4 elements called Mary, Susan, Bob and Ria. So it counts and it shows the length of the list as 4. That's how you find the length of a list. After initializing list and finding the length, next we can, if you want to add one more element to the list, we can add it by using append function. This is also function for list. You can add an element like using, we will add cat here. Okay, we added a new element to the list and we'll now print this list. So if we run the application again, you can see this cat is added here, and now you can also find the length here, and it shows, and now the length should show 5. Exactly, the length of the list is 5. Actually this is the previous one, length of the list is 4, and in the next one we can see this length is 5. This is the previous one, length of the list. Here it will be 4, and after that we had another element, so we'll find the length of the list as 5. Next, for now we'll comment this, and now if you think like we have added an element to the list, we have defined the list, we have added, we find the length, and now if you wish to change any of the element in the list, suppose you don't want Bob here and you want Mira there, so what we can do is list of second element. Actually we'll calculate this elements from 0, 1 and 2. So second element will use this as Mira, and now we'll print this list, not length, just we'll print the list, and we'll see this Mira should be added here. So you can see that Bob is replaced with Mira. So we finally modified an element in the list. We initially added an element in the list. This is called, actually we can call this add elements to the list. Next we find the length of the list. We appended element to the list. Next we modified an element in the list. So next we'll move to one of the most interesting concept in list, that is called slicing. Actually, what slicing means, slicing means we can play with the elements in the list. Suppose if you want to show elements only from starting from particular element to the particular element, particular index to the particular index. If you want to show elements only from starting to the fourth element, we can show it like that. Or we can want to show elements from last to the three elements before that, we can show. Or also we can show elements in the middle, and all we can do that with slicing. So let's get started. Before we're going to discuss about slicing, we will add some more elements to the list. Okay, we added some elements to the list, so we can do some slicing here. So now if I want to show only the elements starting from 0 to 3, so how do I show that? Here slicing in list can be like, this is the list. Actually we said we can define list like this, but for using slicing, so you can add this colon here, and we can add some numbers like before. So initially if nothing is there, it thinks that is the first start element is a 0 and the end element is the 2, so it will display elements from 0 to 2. So it starts printing from the start element to the up to the second element. So 0, 1 and 2. So up to second element means it prints about, you may think it prints Mary, Susan and Bob, but it's not actually that. It only prints Mary and Susan. You can see here Mary and Susan up to 2. If you want also to print Bob, you can print up to 3. Up to 3 means 0, 1, 2 and 3. Up to means here the last element won't be printed. You can see here one more element is added here. So next you can do it, you can also do it the reverse way. It means you are saying the list to start from 3 to the end. Actually 3 means 0, 1, 2, 3, so it will start from Ria to Jesse. So now let's run and see. You can see the output here. It prints from Ria to Jesse. Actually we added Catty after that, so one more element will be added, that will be Catty. So it prints from Ria to Catty. Actually we added an element here, so Jesse and Catty. That's how we can print elements from the particular number to the last element. So we can also print elements in between, that is, you might have got it by now. That is what we do is we can add two numbers here. If you want to print from 2 to 6, what do you think it prints from? 2 means 0, this is 0, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It prints the elements in between these 2 and 6. So let's run and see. You can see Mira, Ria, Rocky and Ricky. Mira is 0, 1 and 2, 0, 1 and 2. So actually we changed this Bob to Mira here, so Bob means Mira. It prints from Mira to 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. In between 2 and the last element 6, Ricky. So you can also do like this. And one more interesting thing is you can also reverse all the elements in the list. That is pretty simple. That is also one of the most easiest slicing options. If you want to reverse an element, without this you have to read all the elements and print it from backwards and store it then again in another list. So now that is pretty simple. Here we can use both semicolons. Actually it has start and another column called, this is called an advanced slice. It has 3, not just initial, not just like a start and end. It also has an another element here. You can use that and the step as -1. So if we run this, all the elements in the list are reversed. You can see actually our list starts from Mary, Susan, Mira, Ria, but when we reverse this list, all the elements gets reversed. You'll start from Catty, Jesse, Mercy. You can see this is the last element, Catty, Jesse, Mercy. All the elements got printed in the reverse way. So that's about slicing. That is where slicing is one of the most easiest way to deal with lists. You will find this slicing more useful when you program math with Python. So next is, if you want to remove elements from the list, if you want to remove with suppose first element from the list, you can remove it by using like this, equal to that's it, empty. Similarly, how we added an element here, list of 2 equal to Mira. If we similarly for list of first element to be none, actually does not remove only the first element, but it removes from starting to the first element. Suppose if you give like a 3 here, so if you count 3, 0, 1, 2 and up to 3. So now if you run this, so all the before elements get deleted. 0, this is the Ria is the third element. 0, 1, 2, 3, Ria is the third element. Actually up to all these 3 elements, all these before elements gets deleted. If you want to delete an individual item, we'll just use this called list, and we'll simply use the element we want to be deleted, that is the index of the element. If you see 3 generally means 0, 1, 2, 3 means Ria. So actually there will be no Ria here in our list. Ria will be removed, deleted from our list. So that's how you do list, delete a list individual item. And here using this you can delete group of elements from the list. So if you want to delete the list completely, there is a simple hack. You can give the start and end elements as none, and also assign it to the empty list. So this will automatically deletes all the elements, removes all the elements from the list. So that you can see here the list is empty here. So that's how these are the main operations in the list. These are the main list operations. We know how to add in elements to the list. We got to know how to find length of the list using this simple length function, len function. You can append an element to the list using this append function. You can modify a particular element in a list using the index of the list. And slicing, if you want to print elements from starting to the end, or from end to particular number, or from in between, you can use this slicing here. And also if you want to reverse the list completely, you can do it by using a single line. You can do it by using a single line here, by using this colons, 2 colons and -1, that is the list slicing operation. And if you want to delete an element from the list, you cannot remove. If you want to remove or delete an element from the list, you can use this. You can use group removing, you can use single item, and also you can remove the list, all the list at a time. So these are the main list operations. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe to the video. Please share this programming in Python with all your friends. Stay tuned, keep waiting for next video. Bye bye.